Darlings. I get it. Your Auntie Cersei is hella late for her review, recap, commentary. Really, this is mostly commentary on Love is Blind Season 8, The Weddings. What episode is that again? I don't even know. At this point, it was just like, we could have just had, like, I don't know, 4 episodes. That's it. Did we really need to overextend the pods? No. Anyway, so my commentary on the wedding or the wedding that didn't happen between Sarah and Ben. So Sarah, as I recall, has been this sort of like social warrior or social issues warrior of sorts from the pods. That's at least how she presented herself. That is her identity. She's heavily rooted in that, particularly in the plus LGBTQIA plus community. And hey, more power to her, right? But for some reason, I don't feel like that is authentically her. Like, I went back from the beginning, from when she was in the pods with Ben and what have you, all the way to, I want to say, episode 11, like just before the weddings. I was just like, why is it that I don't feel that in her? Like, she advocates for the community a lot, and it's great. And this is totally unpopular opinion. I feel like she does it with so much gusto because she wants to emulate her sister. She wants to emulate her stance, her basically wants to be in her sister's shadow. And again, another popular opinion, please do not throw tomatoes at me. This is just my opinion. I feel like Sarah Loki is not looking for a man to marry. She's looking for a woman to marry. I'm getting that vibe from her. And again, it's not to throw shade at her or anything of the sort. I feel like she really doesn't know what her identity is apart from being the BFF to her sister. And maybe that's how she has gone through life in her adult life, being the shadow behind her sister and just kind of seeing the world through her sister's perspective, that she feels this is also her perspective, whereas it may not be. When she said that she wanted somebody in the same wavelength as her, that is why she's saying no to Ben. That has been front and center with Ben. Perhaps he wasn't rah-rah, very loud about his identity and his social stance, his how should I put it? His feelings about the different I don't want to use that word, but I suppose the different social battles that we have had to wake up to see plastered front and center on our televisions and the newspapers, even if it's digital, word of mouth from people close to us, things of that nature. And when she's, and maybe it's the edit, because when I went back to listen to her and Ben's, like, just to kind of recap myself and their story leading up to their wedding, I only heard her speak of like the Black Lives Matter and more, if not entirely, of the LGBTQIA community. So she was very vocal about that. And again, I'm not throwing shade at her. She wants to be an activist, great. But in the same token, Ben being rooted in his beliefs as well, which doesn't take a genius to realize that he's already said he is rooted in his faith. He attends church. He would prefer to have a wife who enjoys going to church with him and growing in their faith together. And even though Sarah's mom, she has her faith as well, it's not Sarah's choice to immerse herself in that. So with that, seeing that her own mother cannot really change her perspective on having, or at least maybe being more open to having a faith-centered background or perspective, I don't think it was ever going to be for Ben. And maybe she was thinking, he was going to bend to her, and maybe he was thinking he was going to change her. It's never going to, that was always never going to happen. But at the same time, it's like, Ben, at the altar, you're telling her, I still want to date. Bruh, she already said you're not in the same wavelength. She tried to be kind to you, at least up to that part. Sarah wasn't in it for you to sway her to your side. She was in it for you to be swayed to her side. And that tug of war is never going to work. Yeah. And she has herself to blame for this. She knew exactly where he stood, 10 toes down. But I don't know, was it a free honeymoon trip? Is that what it is? I can't with these people. Anywho, that's the commentary I have for that. I have not seen the reunion. I will have some blip about that as well. But as far as these two, it was just like, yeah, thank the Lord, that is over. Anyway, darlings, remember you're all kinds of fabulous. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. And even if you want to leave grace for others, do not ignore those red flags and always journey in gratitude. My darling dears, I shall see you all in the next go round. Toodaloo for now. Bye.